Hello, all of you. Welcome to the second class for case laws and MCQs. Yesterday, we have covered up the paper pattern in detail and some weightage. You cannot leave any topic. You cannot do selected study in the professional exams. But things which we are very sure of, like one question is surely going to come on math. One question is coming on charitable institute. And question number 1 is source codings. You all have 10 MCQs for 2 marks each with reasoning 1 or 2 lines. If you just click the MCQs, I don't think they'll give you marks. And then in the CA exam, you have 30 marks MCQs. What is the weightage of direct tax and international taxation? 70-30. That we have already done earlier. So at least 10 marks minimum questions are asked from transfer pricing, problems, and one theory question for the impermissible agreement, GAR, which has come 4 to 5 times, or you can say advanced pricing agreement, or rollback provisions like that. And then you have another 15 marks in the international taxation. One is transfer pricing. Another 15 marks are for the problems for DTA. Same income is taxed outside India and in India, then you get tax credit and all. And then taxation of the non-resident, how they will pay the capital gain and all the tax. So the problems are very beautiful. They are very easy, exactly coming from your study material also. Like yesterday, we have seen December 2019 exam wherein IPTA question and your ALP question was already there in the study material, right? So with our material equal and important ones where you will be stuck up, they are already included in our material. Okay. So now to continue, what we did yesterday was the case laws we have discussed. Okay. What is the issue exactly? In one line, can you define? Fine. Second, what is the law related to this? Third, analysis. How you can apply in this law and conclusion. AO is correct, SSC is correct, this act is justifiable, finish. 5 marks each, 4 marks each, 5 case laws they will ask, and you have to attempt any 4. So there's a lot of choice in the paper pattern. If you prepare a mindset in the 150 marks paper, you have to attempt 100 marks, and there's a lot of internal choice also. Short notes also, last question number 7, 8, they're giving 5. Out of that, any 4 you have to attempt. Now, as I told you yesterday also, the more you do case studies chapter wise, it is easy. You will feel it's a repetition of the chapter. Now, yesterday when we have done all the case studies from all the chapters, then you got a grip that exactly, okay, here you have to apply survey. Here you have to apply assessment procedure. Okay, this case law is for section 10. So like this, today we can do one thing. December 2019 paper is there, no? December and June 2019 we did yesterday. So then December 2018 exam se shuru karte hain. We will take up more case studies and then MCQs. When I ask you a question, please make sure do respond. So maybe some of the MCQs answer will change because that time in 18, 19 and all, it was 3% thesis, now 4%. But the reason of picking up these questions is you will get a grip on how the questions are asked. And weightage wise, if you have not noted, note it down. Questions related to TDS, TCS are asked in MCQs only. In a very nice way, this is the limit, this is the TDS, how much is TDS deducted and all. Okay, right? So here I share the screen with all of you. And anyone who has missed the class, make sure you take paper pattern and weightage. That gives a mindset. See, I'm not saying question number 5 hi hamesha aega. They can give you question number 7 also as MCQs. And time permits, I have downloaded the mock test paper also, like how you have to attempt the mock test in online. That we will take it now or in the next class. Okay? Right. 1 minute, I'll share the file with all of you. We can do one thing. Okay. 1 minute. I'm opening the files. Till then, any doubt you have, you can ask. December and June 19 we have done. And we will discuss the MCQs also. वो भी discuss करते हैं 2 minutes. Okay. Yesterday the response was very, very good. You were all following and responding for the case studies. Do the same for today and MCQs also. It's not just working out and just writing the answer whatever you like. Let us see how 10 marks MCQs. Can you see on screen? I have shared December 18th paper. Yeah. So we will pick up first the case laws as we have continued. Yesterday we have done June 19 and December 19th case laws. Now we are doing December 18. I told you two of the case laws which are very important and repeated is, one is when employee is paying tips to employee, which is collected from customer. He's just acting as an agent. Okay. So he need not charge TDS on that. Okay. So that is one question. And second is section 14 capital A. It is related to exempt income. When exempt income is not allowed, then related to that expenses are also not allowed. Now this 14A is not applicable to chapter 6A deductions. What is chapter 6A? Chapter 6A, ATC to A2U, if you are getting a deduction, and if they are saying that related expenditure should not be allowed, that is not applicable. Chalo. Let us take up this case study. See, this time instead of 5th question, they have given 4th. Professional question, you can't just predict exactly the paper pattern, but at least a good level of this we can do. This is for the assessment procedure. Assessment procedure related nice questions are asked. 153, 154, best judgment, assessment, and all. Okay, let us take up the case laws. Look at the screen. You have to answer any 4 and you have to write the issue involved, then brief discussion, and then analysis, and finally conclusion. The case law's name and all, it's okay. You need not write. Chalo, let us start. Ram and Rahim were executive directors of Saraswati Limited. In respect of the bank loan, they gave their personal guarantees. Who gave the personal guarantee? Executive director. SSC company paid them guarantee commission of 1 lakh each. Company paid them commission to the executive directors because executive directors, they gave personal guarantee. Now, the assessing officer feels that this is a disguised payment of dividend under 222 and is not a commission which is deductible. So if you would have not paid this commission, this would have been the profit of the company, and even the MDs, they get the profit, no, as a percentage of the profit they get, right? So he has disallowed the same. He said, no, you can pay to directors remuneration, salary and all. You can't pay them commission for the personal guarantee. This is not allowed. Is the action of the AO valid? And he is saying that if you would have not paid this, you would definitely make the payment of the dividend. I hope you are getting, right? So in that case, who is correct? Is the AO correct in saying that no, you cannot pay the commission, or can we pay commission to the directors not for their work and all, because they are giving guarantees? Is it in the form of deemed dividend given, and how? Keep sending your responses in chats. Beju, Beju. Yes. Is the AO correct or not? Answer is AO is not correct. See, if you don't give commission to MDs, that doesn't mean that money goes to the MDs in the form of profits. Profits not only belong to MDs, no. Profits belong to other shareholders also. So look at the answer. The issue is whether guarantee commission paid by the company to employee director is allowed as business expenditure, guarantee given to the bank for enabling credit, and whether it can be connected that same would have been paid as dividend, if not commission. He is wrong. AO is wrong. Provisions kya hai? In the absence of any specific disallowance, expenditure incurred wholly and exclusively for the purpose of business has to be allowed under section 37. Okay. So once again, I want to say reasonable expense you can incur. What is section 37? We call it Brahmast in the Business Act. 30 to 36 are specific expenditures which are allowed. 37 is general deduction. Is it expended exclusively and wholly for the purpose of the business? Yes. Is it a revenue expenditure? Yes. It is not personal and capital expenditure? No. Then it is allowed. So can you pay commission to your directors? Answer is yes. And they say directors of the company are employees and are entitled to remuneration for services rendered. In this case, they also provide personal guarantee. Since it was a precondition laid down by bank, this act of providing personal guarantee was clearly beyond the scope of services as employees of the company. Are you getting? The act of providing personal guarantee was clearly beyond the scope of their services as employees. That's true. That generally employees, they don't give the personal guarantee. SSC company, I'm reading word to word. Yesterday, many cases I've just given you overview because they were very easy or repeated. Isko padho, ye naya hai. SSC company in its commercial wisdom passed a resolution resolving that directors be paid commission for providing personal guarantee. In such a case, the assessing officer only has to determine whether the transactions are real and genuine. And recipient director were not entitled to receive the amount as commission. That's wrong. AO is saying that if you would have not paid this as a commission, you would have paid this in the form of the dividend. That's not right. Dividend is paid to all the shareholders. And not only to the directors. The payment of commission hence cannot be taken as payment of dividend. So as AO is saying, if you would have not paid the commission, you would have paid dividend. That's wrong. Since payment of dividend would result in payment to all the shareholders and not to the shareholders holding prescribed percentage of voting in the company. So now the conclusion is action of AO holding that if amount was not paid as commission, it would have been paid as dividend is not valid. Okay. But can they pay commission? Because generally MDs don't give personal guarantee. So the act of personal guarantee was clearly beyond the scope of employees. But if they have done proper resolution, it may be allowed under section 37 as it is related to business. And whenever anyone is giving guarantee for commission, they will demand commission. So this time it's MD. So no problem. You got all the details or not. If you want to take out time, write down this is December 2018 suggested answer and you can read it again. You can and you should. See, today's class is all, combined Bhelpuri chart. By the end, you will say, ma'am, settlement, commission, business head, house property, salary, sab padha diya aapne. This is the fun. Enjoy this combined knowledge and it's going to be very scoring. The more you practice, even in your study note, last May the MCQs are given. So now you have got enough time for revision. Almost classes are closing. So practice it thoroughly. Any MCQ, if you have a conflict in mind and if you're not getting how it is calculated, just click the photo and send. I'll clear it by a voice note for sure. एक भी MCQ छोड़ो मत, because these 20 marks are yours. Okay. Anyone in the class wants me to repeat? Just read it 2 minutes. I'll be back. इसको पढ़ो और कुछ भी डाउट है तो पूछो इससे रिलेटेड. Okay, once again, the directors, I'm telling you the gist once again, the directors are paid commission. Okay, they are paid commission for giving guarantee for some loan taken by the company. Now, this is of course out of the way, but is this commission allowed under section 37? Yes. There is no employer-employee relationship like this, and here they are not acting as managerial remuneration. उससे कोई लेना देना नहीं है. They are just getting commission because they are giving guarantee. So is this allowed under 37? Yes. AO is saying if they would have not paid commission, this money would have been the profit of the company and it would have been given to the same shareholder as dividend. So like indirectly they are giving dividend so that they can avoid, that time CDT was there. From this financial year 2021, CDT, DDT provisions are not there. Right? So is the AO correct? Answer is no. Chalo. Let us go. Only 5 of this we will discuss. Yesterday we've already done. Then we'll go to MCQs. This one is like superb. Huh? Second one, partnership mein losses kaise carry forward hote hain. I've done this as theory question since inter. Govinda and Vamna were partners which got dissolved and the firm demise of the Govinda. The firm had unabsorbed losses. Vamna took over the business, another partner took over the business. And he set off the complete loss. Such set off is not allowed by the who took over the business has set off the said loss in personal hands. Such set off is not allowed. Is the action of the AO correct? What do you say? Partnership firm is there. 2 partners are there. One is deceased. Another is taking over the business. Can he take over the whole of the loss? Answer is no. This comes in inter-level MCQs also. Case studies, MCQs, super important. Listen to the rule I'm clearing. Suppose there is a loss of 3 lakh and Govinda, he died. Okay. After he is deceased, other partner, even if he is running the same business, say let's say their ratio is equal, he can carry forward only 1,50,000 loss. Who? Vamna. He cannot carry forward the loss of other partner. Exception to the rule that partnership losses can be carried forward is when the business is taken over in the form of inheritance. That means a father is deceased and his running business is taken over by 2 sons and they form the partnership. So can proprietorship loss be taken over by the partnership? Answer is yes. Are you getting? So let us read this answer. Can the partner carry over the loss of the firm alone? Answer is no. Isse related mark it if you want, and if you're having running notebook, write down firms losses, how they are allowed to be carried forward after deceased. This is hot favorite question for MCQ also. Chalo. The issue involved in this case is whether loss suffered by partnership firm can be carried forward for set off by individual partners who took over the business considering succession as a inheritance. Are you getting? Considering succession as a succession by inheritance. ठीक है ना? This is the issue. फिर से एक बार. Whether loss suffered by the partnership firm can be carried forward by individual partner as the sole proprietor. So two partners are there, the firm is dissolved and another is carrying over as a proprietorship. Can firm loss be carried forward? Answer is yes, but only his share. Section 78(2) deals with carry forward of losses. It provides that only person who has incurred loss, no one else is allowed to carry forward. Exception is where it is carried forward in case of succession, father to son, son to grandson, so on. So what is the rule? I want to repeat, losses can be carried forward only by the partner who has incurred, except that in case of succession by inheritance. Upon dissolution, the partnership firm ceased to exist. Also, the partnership firm and the sole proprietorship concern are two separate and distinct units for the purpose of assessment. Income earned by sole proprietorship would include a share of loss as individual, but not loss suffered by the firm. So carrying over is not applicable in present case since partnership firm was dissolved. Taking over business by partner cannot be considered as inheritance. I want to repeat, partnership business is carried over by one of the partner is not inheritance. Inheritance is relatives definition, blood relationship. So action of AO in disallowing the claim of set off by ST against the income earned as individual is correct. Are you getting? Partnership firm's loss cannot be carried forward by sole proprietor. You know, reverse is allowed. Sole proprietorship business was run by father. Father is deceased and same business is taken over by S1 and S2. Agar sirf S1 hai, S1 is allowed to set off the loss. Succession. S1 and S2 form partnership now. And same father's proprietorship business they do in partnership. Can they set off the loss? Yes. Take your time. In one case, I am giving you two cases. What is the conclusion or the inference? The partnership loss cannot be carried forward by the proprietor. Yes, because when partnership firm is deceased, I mean, khatam ho ja raha hai, dissolution ho raha hai, there is no case of inheritance and all. Okay, right. Third one, I think we can skip. कल भी यही किया था tip वाला. सिर्फ question ही पढ़ लो तो you will get it. MNC engaged in business of managing and hotels. SSC is allowed the employees to accept tips from customers. Some customers paid the bill to employees through credit card. SSC being employer collected amount and distributed tips on. You know, they get service charge. This I have discussed in detail in the first video yesterday. The SSC did not deduct TDS on the payment. Is the action of AO SSC satisfying the legal requirement? Answer is yes. There's no employer-employee relationship and this payment is not coming to employee from employer. It is directly customer giving payment to the employee in the form of tip. So nothing will come. Just I'm reading little fast because we have already done this question. Issue is what is the tax required to be deducted from distributed? In other words, it has been seen whether action of AO is correct or not. So 192 TDS is applicable on an employee-employee relationship. An amount received from a person other than employee, such payment cannot be taxed under salary. Tips received by employee from the customer are anyhow taxable as income from other sources. So employer-employee relationship ही नहीं है तो सवाल ही नहीं है, right? The action of non-deduction from tips and distributed to employees satisfy the legal requirement. ठीक है? Right. Okay. So the AO is correct. Yeah, 54. इसे छोड़ दो long term. Fifth one we will do. Jaiprakash Floor Mill has derived an income of 1.2 crore from generation and distribution of electricity through windmills. Do you know in the outskirts of the city, you go to Tirumala, you go to the all east coast, you know, from Chennai, Pondicherry to Gujarat, they have put huge windmills which are used for generation of electricity. Now, such profits have been claimed as 100% deduction. So, you know, those places where government is allowed to put up windmills, they are paying them some rent, something. So they earn profit and this is allowed as ATI. SSC has paid interest 60 lakhs to bank in respect of the term loan for the windmill. Now AO wants to invoke 14A in respect of interest. You remember 14A? He's saying 1.2 crore income if it is a business income, and if you are going to claim chapter 6A में ATI में deduction, then such related income से related interest should not be allowed. Are you getting? Section 14A says if income is exempt, you may be saying, ma'am, ये तो कल भी किया तो जब बहुत important when it is coming many times as a student, as a teacher, we should also revise it many times, no? Nice? Yeah. So, first of all, section 14A says if the income is exempt, like PPF interest or any other income, related expenditure is not allowed. But exempt income, not this income which is taxable and then you get deduction. You can't apply 14A to chapter 6A deductions. So this time AO wants to invoke this and disallow. AO is not right. AO is not right for sure. चलो पढ़ते हैं. Yeah, look at the screen. Applicability issue क्या है? Is 14A can be evoked disallowing expenditure under chapter 6A? Answer is no. 14A incurred in relation to income which does not form the part will not be allowed and which do not form part of the income. Income which qualifies for deduction under ATC to ATU has to be first included in the gross total income and then deduction is allowed. I hope you are getting. Exempt income is like PPF interest, post office saving account interest, income of the minor up to 1500. These are exempt income which don't form part of the gross total income. Whereas ATC to ATU, you get a deduction, but first you add it. So income referred in chapter 3 do not form part of income. As per 14A, no deduction shall be allowed in respect of expenditure incurred by SSC in relation to such income which do not form part of the income. Deduction under ATP covered in chapter 6A is different from exemption. So the conclusion is AO is disallowing the expenditure incurred for income which is deductible is not tenable in law. Means the action of the AO is not correct. Take a pause and ask me doubt. Is this clear to all of you? आप लोगों को समझ में आ रहे हैं सब questions? Nice. This is like repeatedly asked 2-3 times. अच्छा question है. Section 14A that disallow the expenditure of interest paid related to windmills income which is deductible under ATI. So ATI you will get a deduction, but expenditure is allowed. And I hope all of you remember some basic rule. Deduction is only subject to income. So if you have windmill income 18 lakhs, you can take deduction under ATI maximum 18 lakhs. You can't take 19 lakhs. Deduction related to income cannot be more than income. Clear, eh? Right. So here we finish with MCQs. Almost good number of MCQs since yesterday we have taken. You just start your revision from the first chapter. We'll keep little bit of gap now. And then when you finish off your revision, again we will take a class for more case laws. You will understand it better. Some of you are asking for a revision of assessment procedure. I'll definitely do it. You just read it first. All the assessment procedure, then we'll definitely do it. Chalo. Starting off with MCQs. MCQs are 2 marks each and you have to write reason. It's almost like how you were doing true and false with reasoning. So वैसे ही करना है इसको. From the beginning I am taking up and the questions are really very nice. How they are calculated is given at the back. Okay. Can you write please very important questions for the MCQs? Write down. Very important questions for the MCQs. I mean, say chapters. One is marginal relief. I mean, say everything. Surcharge, tax rates, you should know thoroughly. Slab rates, tax rates, marginal relief. तो वो अच्छे से करके जाओ. Marginal relief. And second is TDS, TCS. TCS में there are additions now, payment related to foreign currency and payment related to foreign trips. So all these are hot favorites for MCQs. Okay, sure. Let us start with the first one. Tax payable by the firm on 11 crores. See, once when the income of the firm exceeds 1 crore, you have to pay the surcharge at the rate of 12%. And I hope all of you remember basic. If not, listen again, no problem. You calculate the tax on total income. Tax is always calculated on total income. Surcharge is always calculated on tax. And ECESS 4% is on tax plus surcharge. Is this logic clear to all of you? I want to repeat. Tax is calculated on total income. Surcharge is calculated on tax. ECESS is calculated on tax plus surcharge. ठीक है? Right. Okay. Here tax on 11 crore will be, it's a partnership firm. So 30% plus 12% surcharge plus 3%. I'm not calculating because 3% they have done. Now it is 4%. Okay. Next. I'll show you this answer in the suggested. A businessman at Delhi is using a car exclusively for business purpose. As per the rule, car can be used in Delhi only on alternate days. Car is only asset in the block. You remember depreciation is charged as per block of asset. Car is used only 50% of the number of the days in year. WDV is 10 lakhs. Rate of depreciation of motor car and vehicle comes under that plant and machinery. So how much is the depreciation allowable? 10 lakh ke upar 15% or only now MCQs I want all of you to answer. Pick up your calculator and quickly answer in the chat. आप सबको करना पड़ेगा. गलत भी है तो ठीक है. And save time by quickly putting your answers. On 10 lakhs, 15%. So 1,50,000, 1 lakh, none or 75. What's the correct answer? How much will be the depreciation allowed? Tell me. Okay. 75,000 you want to give the answer. Okay. 10 lakhs ka 15% if you charge, then it is coming to 1,50,000. So some of you are saying 150, some of you are saying 75 because it is used only for 50%. Now listen, dear students, when I'm explaining MCQ, instead of 10, if I take 5 MCQs today, it's okay. But I want to explain the provision related to that. In fact, explain kya revise karna hai. You remember section 32 says, irrespective of the actual use, once the asset is ready to put to use, you have to charge the depreciation. So the correct answer is 1,50,000. 1,50,000. Now is it clear? If you have not answered, any student sitting in the class who has not answered can at least write C clear or N for not clear, NC for not clear. पता तो चले कि समझ में आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा है. बोलो. You will not charge, dear students, 50% of the depreciation because it is used. See, I have 3 Ola cabs. I use it for my travel business, but third car I purchased on 1st March, and coincidentally, because of the lockdown, I didn't get any orders. Can I say, sir, actually use one year. You go to malls, on every floor you have fire extinguishers. Huh? God's grace, they should never be used actually. So they are not used. So don't you charge depreciation, wear and tear, reflux of time. But accounts ki class se bahar aa jao, income tax. Is the answer clear? Done. Thank you so much. Chalo. Let us go to the next one. Okay. Safe harbor rules are relevant in the context of. You remember safe harbor rules is cases where you just accept whatever they say, SSE. And you're not going to put the transfer pricing and ALP. So these are safe harbor rules. Detail is not there in your syllabus. But what are safe harbor rules that we have studied where? Custom, maritime, transfer pricing, none of above. Ma'am, ये दोनों तो कटे. दीप्ति मैम ने ये पढ़ा है नहीं. मैम ने सिर्फ income tax और transfer pricing पढ़ा है. The answer is C, transfer pricing. Clear? Chalo. Try to read with me and answer. Mr. A acquired house property. You will really enjoy this. कितना in-depth वापस से clear हो रहा है. You will be encouraged for sure till end of the class to attempt more 50 MCQs from your material. And I have already downloaded and kept the mock test paper also of the last exam. So online कैसे attempt करना है, I'll tell you. Mr. A acquired house property on 12th March for 5 lakhs. He gifted the same to his brother. Brother gifted the same to son. When the stamp duty value is 12 lakhs, S has sold on 14/5/16. And for stamp duty. For the capital gain, what will be the date of the acquisition? What will be the date of the acquisition? 12th March, 16th May, or S has acquired on 27/7. कौन सा रहेगा तीनों में से date? You can write A, B, C, D option which are there in the answer. What do you feel? What should be the date of the acquisition? 22/7/15. Yes, very good, very good. Correct answer is coming. B is the correct answer. And those who are not clear, listen to the clarity I'm giving. Whenever you acquire the property by way of gift, inheritance, will, then you are getting it, the cost is nil, no? There's no cost of gift. Gifts are given out of love and affection without consideration. So you are getting a property as gift or inheritance or by way of will. Then you have to take the cost of the previous owner who has paid for it. So S got it on 22/7 for free. Okay, before that, brother got it on 16/5 for free. Who has actually paid 5 lakh rupees? Yes. So we need to take the cost of the previous owner who paid for it, and we can take indexation. You can say, ma'am, take a cost we will take, but S to acquired on 22, no? So we should take the date of this. No. I want to repeat third time. In case of gift, will, inheritance, as per the Bombay High Court's judgment, you can take the cost and the year of acquisition of the previous owner who paid for it. Clear to all of you or not? Okay. So the answer is 12th March. Okay. Right. Yeah, I do agree. Some of the books are saying you can take 22/7 also. That's right. But then basically in these 3 cases, you have to take the cost of the previous owner. Okay. Total income of resident SSC, Mr. Ram, is 5065 is net liability and after the marginal relief problems I'm leaving now, I'll show you in the calculation only. I hope you remember. Just because the income increased, the tax hike. This I'll show you in the answer, fifth one. Now, Chima withdrew 2 lakhs out of his own contribution with the NPS. On the date of withdrawal, balance in his account is 6 lakh and employer's contribution is 8 lakhs. Can we do partial withdrawal from the national pension scheme? National pension scheme को deduction कहाँ मिलता है? 80 CCD 1, 80 CCD 2 and so on. Amount of withdrawn liable to be taxed in the hands of Mr. Chima would be, ठीक है? So you know, whenever you withdraw the money, up to 25% of your contribution is exempt. So 6 lakh का 25% कितना आ रहा है? Pick up your calculators. 150. Huh? So up to 150, if you withdraw, it is exempt. Beyond that, it is taxable. So what is the answer for this? 50,000. D1. 50,000. Clear or not? Up to 25% of withdrawal, partial withdrawal, no tax. And when you complete withdraw up to 40%, no tax. Beyond that, tax bhi lagega. TDS is also there. Chalo. Mohan Charitable Trust is engaged in running institutions. It paid 5 lakhs to Malar Charitable Trust as a corpus donation. Beautiful question. I'll just be back, please. Read it. Corpus donations they have given related to trust. Two minutes, I'll be back. Please read and answer. It's a very nice question. Okay, what is the answer? D1. So you have given corpus donations to another trust. Now, if you remember, if you give corpus donations, you don't get a deduction. Can one temple give the donation? I told you the example in Uttarakhand floods and all. So many temples across India had sent donations to Uttarakhand. So can we give the donation one temple or trust? Can we give donation to another? Yes. Can we claim it as a deduction in 85% income which we have to apply? Yes. But can we give corpus donations? No. So for us, corpus donations are not allowed. And you, the receiver, for you, corpus donation is exempt. Whatever donations you receive as voluntary donations, they are taxable and then you get the deduction and all. Corpus donations are capital receipt. They are exempt for the receiver. And for us, who are the payers, the corpus donation is not allowed as deduction. Chalo, let us check it up then. Did you read it? So we have given corpus donation. I'm skipping out here and all because this is earlier paper, but the questions quality is really good. And when you solve actual papers, you get idea. Okay, so one question is picked up from trust, another was from transfer pricing. Like this, you'll get a grip. What they are asking is amount of corpus donation. Is it taxable? No. Is it exempt in both the hands? No. Is it deductible for the payer and taxable for the payee? No. For me, is it allowed as deduction? No. For you, is it income? No. Answer is this. It's not allowed as deduction for the payer. For me, it is not allowed as deduction. But for you, the payee, you get corpus donation, it is exempt. Because it's already disallowed in my hands. I'm already paying tax on that. How is it? अच्छा है question? अच्छा है मत type करो, N type करो, N for nice. Type N. Are you following or not? Okay. Next is real builders admitted income under section 44AD up to assessment year 17-18. Okay, you remember 44AD presumptive taxation, 8% of your turnover you show as the net profit and done then. And the SSE firm cannot revert to the presumptive provisions contained in section 44AD. Once you opt out of this 44AD, for how many years you cannot opt in? 5 years. I explained you in the form of joke करिए मजाक लगा के रखा है कभी regular books कभी 44AD. How much you are confusing the AO? So AO says, okay, we know your nowadays the smartness is whatever turnover you show in the GST, that is auto reflected in your income tax return. So in GST, if your turnover is 60 lakhs, 60 lakh ka 8%, at least you have to show the net profit. 4,80,000 and pay the tax accordingly. So go, if you're saying, no, I don't want to go for presumptive taxation, maintain books, then maintain the books for next 5 years. So assessment year 17-18 tak you resorted, you came back, so 18-19, 19-20, 20-21, 21-22, 23-24, this is the answer. 23-24 tak you cannot do this. Good? Right. Already answers are coming. A. Very good, very good. KLM Limited, a company having international transactions 7 crores related to the purchase of raw material. Okay? Mrs. being QSA, Mrs. KLM is required to maintain the information and documents. See, 92D says if your international transaction exceeds 1 crore, you need to maintain documents for 8 years. This is already taught to you in transfer pricing. And 92 C says you have to get the books audited by a chartered accountant in case of transfer pricing. And how many years you need to maintain the books and the documents? 8 years. In the assessment of Amar, assessing officer has observed that he has purchased diamonds for 18 lakhs. which was not recorded in the books of accounts. Okay, so some purchases were made and they were in stock. You have not recorded stock. So unrecorded stock, 68, 69 section. It is aapke ghar mein, if the stock is there and it's not there in books, means it's your illegal stock. Illegal stock, from where did you purchase? Illegal income. So it is taxable. Applicable rate of the tax under 115 BA. This is like super clear, from inter level से ये सिखाते आ रहे हैं. 60% tax plus 25% surcharge plus 4% ESES. I think it's coming 60% ही है. MCQ का आंसर मोबाइल में कैलकुलेटर नहीं करना है, कैलकुलेटर करो मेरे साथ. I want you to remember, on 60, 125% is 75 into 104%, 70. You should remember that when unexplained income is reflected in the books, cash credit, some investment. On Facebook, there are photographs that you have gone on world tour and you have spent 15 lakh rupees and you have not shown as expenditure. You have spent. Sir, ये income का है, ये तो आया और खर्चा कर दिया. If you spend lavishly on weddings, birthday parties from your Facebook, Insta account, they catch up all this and they make it as taxable. Okay? Right. So that's all. Yeah, I'll show you the answer now. See, you have to start with the answer, okay? And then in the explanation, jo first wala tha na, 11 crore pe tax is 30%. And if they give 11 crores, don't keep on adding 7 zeros. This is very important. If they give it in lakhs and crores, you also do the calculation in decimals. But then because the calculation is in crores, make sure you write 4 to 5 decimals. Okay? So 11 crores pay tax is 30% for the partnership firm. On that, surcharge rate is 12%. ESES here it's 3. Actually now it will come 4%. Okay? ये 150 asset transfer pricing. Just you have to write one line answer. If you can read the answer at home, then I can go to the next MCQ and explain you the provision. Respond to me that you want me to read all these answers are clear. Surcharge आपको पढ़ाया है. If you want, I can take up one question. ये वाला surcharge का question करते हैं. See, listen. Income is 50,65,000. 65,000 में से 3 जीरो होते हैं. हाँ. Just the income exceeded 50 lakhs for the individual, you have to pay the surcharge at the rate of 10%. Now pick up your calculators and calculate the tax with surcharge. करो. 50,65,000 minus 10 lakhs. कितना है आपके कैलकुलेटर में? 40,65,000 into 30%. And up to 10 lakhs, how much is the tax? 1,12,500. I hope everyone knows slab rates now. So what is the tax on this? 13,32,000. Now, if your income was just 50 lakhs, what would have been the tax? 50 minus 10. So on 40 lakhs, 30%. That is 12 lakhs plus 1,12,500 is the tax up to 10 lakhs. So if my income is 50 lakhs, my tax is coming to 13,12,000. Calculate the tax without ESES. How much is the extra tax you are paying? Extra tax 19,500. Okay, so now you are paying 19,500 extra tax. Okay, instead of this. And what is your extra income? 65,000. So can you ask for a relief up to this at least? You're ready to pay that. So tax is this and income has just crossed the 65,000. So now you can get a relief of 19,500. So the surcharge, one second. Did we charge the surcharge or no over here? 1 minute. 15,65,000 minus, I think, shall we solve it in the notebook? अच्छे से अच्छा question है. Shall we do it? You are all willing to write marginal relief के, क्योंकि 2-3 बार पूछे हैं. ये ऐसे यहाँ लिख के नहीं होगा. 1 second. I'll go to my notebook. You also open your notebook. ये ऐसे कैलकुलेट नहीं होगा. नोटबुक में चलते हैं और इसको करते हैं साथ में. Yeah, please go to your notebooks. I'm doing marginal relief, one question for all of you. Question I need to refer back now again. Okay. I'll explain many things. Write down the heading, concept of marginal relief. And see, you all have the slab rates material, no? वो भी एक बार वापस से go through करना. There I have given 10 examples for marginal relief. चलो. Now, what is your total income? Total income है कितना? 50,65,000. So now A bit. Tax on total income. 50,65,000 पे tax plus surcharge. Surcharge तो लगेगा ना? Because it has exceeded. See, I am calculating here. Those who don't know, 1565 minus 10 lakhs. So how much you are getting? 40,65,000 into 30%. 10 lakhs ke beyond is an individual. So tax is 30%. I am taking extra 10 minutes to explain marginal relief because I don't want you to lose 2 marks also. So karo और लिखो इसको. 30% on this is coming to 12,19,500 plus up to 10 lakh the tax is 1,12,500. 0 to 215 and 250 to 5,12,500, 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 1 lakh like this. So what is the total tax now? 13,32,000 is the tax plus surcharge. How much? 10%. 10%. 133,200. So how much is the tax coming now? 14,65,200. Please don't hesitate, ma'am. We are in finals class. How we can have this doubt? If you have asked. But remember, don't calculate marginal relief. And you remember agricultural income is there. Don't calculate the tax with ESES. Acha, where we are calculating tax with ESES? Ek to MAT, ek to DTA, and one last one, day before yesterday we did penalties. Penalties may we calculate the tax with surcharge. Okay, right, just 2 minutes, I'll be back. ये लिखो. लड्डू में नाश्ता आएंगे, थोड़ी बात में भी करना है. Okay. So now tax plus surcharge. Don't calculate ESES now. I want to repeat. You remember in penalties under section 270. See, now this is the time कि सब पूरा basket भर लेना है. So penalty के calculation में we calculate penalty on tax plus ESES. यहाँ नहीं. Now B bit. What is the tax on total income? If you would have not earned 65,000 extra, 50 lakhs पे tax कितना है? तो अब करो. 40 lakhs का 30%, 12 lakh plus 1,12,500. 13,12,500. How much is the excess tax you are paying? How much is the excess tax you are paying? 152,700. How many of you are following the class what I am teaching? I am revising marginal relief with an example. Take proper time and note down this whole example. What is the excess tax? 152. Now, isn't it matlab something very ridiculous, that just because the income exceeded 65,000 peanuts, the tax exceeded 152. Income ही 50 लाख के ऊपर है 65 and you are paying tax 152. It's not right. So can you ask for a relief? Yes. What is the excess income? 65,000. So whatever you have earned extra, 65,000, you are ready to pay that as tax. Chalo, above 50 lakhs I earn 65, take it as tax. But how can tax be more than income? So much of burden of surcharge because just the income exceeded 50 lakhs. It's not right. So what is the excess tax? 152. What is the excess income? 65,000. What is the marginal relief? What is the marginal relief? C minus D. That is how much? Coming to 87,700. 87,700. Whatever is the extra tax you are paying over and above the income, utna relief chahiye from the tax. I want all of you to do this arrow mark. Your tax is on 50 lakh 65,000, but you want this relief. Now give the relief, and what is the tax? A minus E is the tax. Relief के बाद tax कितना आ रहा है? 1465,200 is the tax, and you want a relief. So the tax is coming to 13,77,000. And after marginal relief, whatever is the tax on that, you charge 4% ESES. $55,100. 13,77,500. The answer is 14,32,600 is the tax payable. Please ask if you have any doubt. I'm telling you, literally, I feel the pinch when we fail for 196, 197. So वो नहीं करना है, तो इसको लिख लो, कर लो, and marginal relief is coming so many exams. And write it as a booster note. In steps, don't calculate the tax with ESES. Marginal relief में भी नहीं, agricultural income में भी नहीं. Agricultural income में भी after you finish, all that, then we calculate the agricultural, non-agricultural pay the tax, agricultural basic exemption pay the tax. A minus B होने के बाद when you get, that time you are paying, calculating the ESES. ठीक है? Right. Okay. So nice. 1432, you are already giving the answer. Anyone in the class who is taking screenshot and not writing? क्यों? Final exam में तो you have to write. And 4 marks, 5 marks questions are also asked on MCQs. ऐसे मत सोचो. Finish writing or I should wait? कहीं कोई doubt? Check once. Chalo. Okay, some more interesting questions we will take up then after this. कहाँ थे हम? Yeah. Okay, this was like others were all clear. National pension scheme say you can withdraw up to 25%. Remaining will be taxable. Charitable trust, they can give the corpus donation. Some reason 23, 24, 5 years tak you cannot come back. He's not eligible to claim for the next 5 assessment years and so on. Okay, right. And for how many years? See, if your international transaction exceeds 1 crore under 92D, you have to maintain the records for 8 years. and unexplained income and all is taxable at 60%. Done. 2018 is over. चलो अब ये देखते हैं. We are doing MCQs for June 19. You have to write the reason. That should be very clear to all of you. Reason के साथ करना है आपको. चलो read the first one. 2 minutes. I'm here only, but you read it on your own and answer. It's related to dividend. छोड़ दो. Second करो क्योंकि वो dividend अब तो है ही नहीं ना. Dividend is fully taxable now. DDT नहीं है तो first one leave off. Second one's answer, can you please give me 2 minutes? चलो. What is the answer? कोई गलत है तो it's okay. सही है तो okay. I know it. गलत है तो okay. I will learn. Gamma Traders is a partnership firm consisting of 4 equal partners. One of the partner retired. Firm had eligible brought forward loss 4 lakhs and total income of the firm for 18 and 19. Okay. Before this brought forward loss set off is 7,20,000. How much amount of brought forward loss is eligible for set off? If one of the partner is deceased, then related to that loss they cannot set off. No. So how much loss they can set off maximum? कितना कर सकते हैं? 3 lakhs. Yes, deceased partner's loss they cannot give. So the answer is 3 lakh. Next, alternative minimum tax is applicable when the adjusted total income, after chapter deductions of exempt income है, section 10AA, ATC वाले deductions है, तो वो सब add करने के बाद, if your income exceeds 20 lakhs, then alternative minimum tax provisions are applicable. Ramchandra resident has income of 51 lakhs. His income tax liability after marginal relief. Now this I am leaving same what we did. Wine company is a partnership, it dissolved. Return of income of 18 and 19 was filed on August. The return of income was selected for scrutiny. The notice for scrutiny has to be served on all the partners, the working partners, any partner having long association or any partner. Working partner is there, but ऐसे नहीं होगा कि notice will be served only to the working partner. Okay? The notice, actually, listen, you may be remembering inter-level classes ki ma'am, anyhow the working partners are doing signature. That time the firm existed. Here the firm is dissolved. A firm ही नहीं है तो where are you having the working partners power? So then in that case, any partner will get the notice. Is my speed fine? Because these are easy, no calculations. Some fertilizers is manufacturing company and factory building is constructed. Manufacturing company has constructed factory building. Additional depreciation allowable for the factory building is nil, 4 lakh, 2 lakhs, none of the above. Kya pata? You remember I taught you additional depreciation 20% is allowed in the first year. If it is a manufacturing company. So sixth one I want you to answer. 4 बार पढ़ो, आप ही answer दो. All of you should try. Type नहीं करना है तो unmute करके बोलो मैम my answer is A bit, B bit, C bit. Say no, dare. करो, बोलो क्या आंसर है? how much will be the additional depreciation on the building? Tell me. Yes. Read it, read it. Additional depreciation is allowed. And this is purchased on 12/2. So generally additional depreciation is 20%. It is used for less than say 180 days. Then it is 10% now and 10% the very next day. My question to all of you, अच्छा इसको छोड़ दो. Additional depreciation on what do you get? It's true that additional depreciation is allowed for manufacturing company. But on what asset? On what asset is it allowed? It answer over here is correct. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, very good, Ashwini. Very good. Additional depreciation is allowed only on plant and machinery. Additional depreciation is allowed for the manufacturing concern, any assessment, proprietorship company in the very first year for the purchase of new plant and machinery, not second hand, and which is used in the factory, not for factory building. So here there is no question of additional depreciation. How is the depth of the question? See, nice, no? Nayati has won a lottery prize after deduction of tax. He received 7 lakh. He has spent 25,000 by purchase of lottery ticket for collecting the prize. You remember or not, casual income 4 points, no deductions, no exemptions, no expenditure is allowed, no losses. कुछ भी नहीं मिलता. Ma'am, I have won in KBC, but I went from Hyderabad to Mumbai. Expenditure, no, nothing is allowed. And what you receive in casual income is after TDS. Taxable is what? Gross amount. So for collecting the price, amount chargeable to tax is 7 lakhs, 10 lakhs. ये क्या पता? Something very easy. आप लोग आंसर करो. See, we took more time for first MCQs. अब जल्दी कर रहे हैं क्योंकि इसमें ज्यादा calculations नहीं है. Yes. How much will be taxable? No, dear, answer is not 7 lakhs. 7 lakhs is received. All of you know, in casual income, TDS is deducted and you get 70% 7 lakhs. But in income from other sources, amount taxable is always gross amount. So taxable will be 10 lakhs is the correct answer. 10 lakhs is the correct answer. ठीक है? Right. Okay. Sure. Mr. Janak's turnover was 3 crore. He has paid a sum of 3 lakhs to engineer for supervision of residential house for his own occupation. Amount of TDS for such payment under 194J. Now, how much is the turnover? 3 crore. And he has paid 3 lakhs for supervision of the residential house for his occupation, but then it's a residential house. So amount of tax to be deducted. He is a professional. 194J. TDS कटेगा? No. Personal payments के लिए नहीं है. And personal payments के लिए new section introduced 194M. It is there, but then it is above 50 lakhs. So how much payment you have made? TDS will not be deducted. Answer is nil. I'll read out in the answer also if you want. बार-बार scroll करने में बहुत time जा रहा है इसीलिए. So answer is nil. No TDS on personal resident. A cost account has. Array, this one is super. You know TDS is on income. If I'm a chartered, I'm actually a chartered accountant. Suppose I take professional income from you 10 lakhs along with GST 10%, say 1 lakh and 11 lakh. Listen, I am charging audit fees from you 11 lakhs. Just look at my example. So TDS, professionals को TDS कटना है ना 194J में. So will be on 10 lakhs or 11 lakhs? 10 lakhs. Tax is deducted on income. GST I am taking from you and paying to government. That's not my money. Huh? So he is a cost accountant. He has raised the bill of 3 lakh and has charged 54,000 GST separately. And total bill is 354. Now amount of TDS is, yeah, amount of the TDS is, TDS किस पे कटेगा? 3 lakh पे 3 lakh 54,000 पे 3 lakh. 3 lakh पे. Answer is on 3 lakh 10%, that is 30,000. Clear? Hari Vallabh Private Limited has spent a sum of 10 lakhs towards meeting its corporate social responsibility. Amount of deduction allowed. I hope all of you know companies having net worth above a limit, they have to incur the CSR expenditures. But are CSR expenditure allowed? Will they get a deduction of 10 lakh, 15 lakh, nil? Nil. Corporate social responsibility expenses are not deductible. Specifically, yeah, if they are in the form of 30 to 36, they are deductible. 30 to 36 hai to they are deductible, not otherwise. Clear hai? Right. So here we complete this also. Any conflict in your mind, ask me. I am here only, please. Chalo. So this is all about June 19 and December 18, 2 papers we have done, and last one for today. We are taking up now December 19. Yeah, you didn't get 30 to 36, I'll explain. The language is little tricky. Listen, all of you. In business head, business related, all the expenses are given in section 30 to 36. Business related, all the expenses are given in 30 to 36. Insurance and depreciation and all. 35 is scientific research, 30 to AD, 35 AD, if you remember. So if CSR expenses are genuinely incurred by companies, you know, they host a drawing competition. If it is ONGC, environment ke upar drawing competition, and then they give prizes in the schools. So if CSR expenditure is in the form of 30 to 36, if they have given some say contribution like that, whatever, then it is still allowed. But direct CSR expenses are not allowed. Under section 37 also they are not allowed. There were many case laws, they argued, they said, ma'am, CSR expenses though incurred for business only, no, that should be allowed. Then you should know the reason also why CSR expenditure is not allowed. When I'm earning 50 crore rupees, government is saying, oh, you're doing superb. You're earning 50 crore. 5 crore you spent as CSR. So this is not expenditure. 5 crore is appropriation of the profit. You want 50 crore, willingly, happily 5 crore you are spending for the some corporate social responsibility. So this is appropriation of income, not your expenditure. Hence, it is not allowed. All clear to all of you, right? Sure. Now, is it clear? Sure. Let us go to the next one. Okay, last one for today. We are doing MCQs for December 2019. Martin is 62, senior citizen. He has received interest on FD, 45,000. He does not have a PAN. At what rate TDS is deducted? जनरल रूल, इफ टीडीएस रेट, टीडीएस के लिए अगर पैन कार्ड नहीं दे रहे हैं तो डिडक्ट द टीडीएस एट द रेट फॉर दैट ईयर और 30%, whichever is higher. But here he is a senior citizen and 80 TTB में for senior citizen up to 50,000 interest is exempt on FDs and on saving account. I hope you remember. 80 TTA saving account interest is exempt for all. नहीं याद है तो लिख लो. See, I am not here to test you all, dear students. मैम क्या बोल रहे हैं, हमको तो भूल भी गए इंटर पढ़ के. It's okay. Now at least if you are having running notes and if you are writing with me, you will make almost like 30-35 good points. और मैम चैप्टर वाइज नहीं प्लीज, उसमें कोई मजा नहीं है. At the end of the chapter, if you take case laws and MCQs, yeah, इसका आंसर ये, students answer fast. It's when everything is merged. So 80 TTA में saving account interest is exempt 10,000. 80 TTB में saving and FD both interest is exempt 50,000. Got it? Right? And he is a senior citizen. So in that case, अगर 50,000 तक इनकम ही एग्जेम्प्ट है तो टीडीएस कटना चाहिए. आंसर इज नो एंड द एमसीक्यू आंसर इज nil. Got it? Damage filed an application for corporate insolvency under the bankruptcy code admitted by adjudicating authority under the bankruptcy code. I hope you remember insolvency and bankruptcy code में practicing CAs were in the practice with more than 10 years of experience. They need to clear an exam. And officially they are like the liquidator for the SSC की इसका पैसा recover करके you give to the bank and remaining hand it over to them. So as in companies you have liquidator, in bankruptcy code you have the adjudicating authorities. The company has 2 full-time directors also. Who must sign the return of income? This return of income cannot sign by MDs and all because they have gone for insolvency. So full time का तो सवाल ही नहीं है. Liquidator is not there. So the perfect person to sign is adjudicating authority who is appointed under the bankruptcy code. Neither liquidator nor directors nor MD. No. Once, listen all of you dear student. Once the firm or these directors and the companies, they go into liquidation, then no problem. मतलब they will lose their right. So if it is a company, liquidator will sign the return. If it is bankruptcy code, adjudicating authority. Rajiv paid 1,20,000 by check on 5th of January towards medical insurance premium for parents who are senior citizen and not dependent on him. Premium was paid for 3 years. This is a provision added from last year, financial year 1920. That if you are paying 1,20,000 premium for 3 years per year, how much you can claim the deduction per year? 40,000. Even if they are not dependent on you, no problem. Senior citizen is not dependent on you, you can pay their Medi-claim. All right. Mahashakti Sugars Cooperative Society is engaged in manufacturing of jaggery from the sugar. What is due date of filing the return in order to be eligible for deduction under 80T? See, one section is, as you start chapter 6 से ना 80C करके एक रहता है. You write it down. If you want, you write it down. What is 80AC? I will tell you. Okay, listen all of you. What is 80AC? 80AC says if you want to take specific deductions, you need to file your return on time. So if you want to take 80 piece deduction, you have to file your return before due date, otherwise you cannot take this deduction. During the course of survey, stocks of 10 lakhs were found not recorded. Firm has brought forward, ये हमने तब भी किया. What will be the tax liability? So on 10 lakhs, the tax liability would be 7,80,000. 10 lakhs के ऊपर 60% tax plus 25% surcharge, and tax and surcharge pay 4% e-cess. So 78% will be the tax on this 10 lakhs. ABC Limited declared interim dividend, amount payable, dividend distribution tax is not there, छोड़ दो. A certificate issued by registered valuer contained incorrect information. If registered valuers and authorities like this, they do mistake while giving the order, how much penalty can be imposed? 10,000. कुछ नहीं आया तो generally it is 10,000 penalty, and prosecution is 3 months to 2 years, 6 months to 7 years. ठीक है? Tripti Trust paid rent for premises 30,000. This is a nice question. थोड़ा in depth है. Calculator रखो साथ में. Yeah. See, as you said, you didn't get the CSR. I explained. So if you are still having any doubt, ask me, please. Done. Sure. Tripti Charitable Trust paid rent for premises at 30,000 per month by cash. It also did not deduct TDS on salary paid to manager for 480. The total income of the SSC would be increased by how much amount? If you paid rent to someone 30,000, any expenditure above 10,000 is disallowed. No. So 30,000 into 12. कितना आएगा? 3,60,000 will be disallowed. Answer is not A, dear. Rush मत करो. Correct है? 30,000. See, 10,000 के above, if you do expenditure in cash, whole expenditure is disallowed. Now it also did not deduct salary paid to its manager amounting to 480. 480 salary you paid without TDS. So if any expenditure is incurred in India without TDS, then 30% वो भी तो disallow होता है ना? So 480 into 30%, that is 1,44,000. So what is total disallowed? 5,04,000. I know this is also looking like correct, but it's not correct because 2 of the expenditures are disallowed. Any payment in India without TDS, 30% is disallowed. Any payment outside India without TDS, 100% is disallowed. Right? Exenco paid interest to its holding company, USA at 15%, and total interest was 500 lakhs. In determining arm's length price, Inc. has added back extent of 100 lakhs. IPTA is 700 lakhs. So how much interest is allowed? IPTA ka 30%, do you remember or not? So IPTA ka 30% is 210. How much interest is paid? 200. It is within the limit. So they say how much of interest liable for disallowed? Answer is nil. Whole interest is allowed. Interest is allowed up to 30% of the IPTA. So IPTA ka 30% is coming to 210 and you have paid 200. So answer is nil. And last one, Madan Traders, Jaipur. One second. Yeah. Madan Traders, Jaipur received 200 and okay, this is related to dividend distribution. And these are the answers. See, 1/3 of ATD is allowed 40,000. पैन कार्ड नहीं दिए तो 50,000 के लिए ATTB का रिडक्शन मिलता है. Due date of filing the return 138 in ATAC to claim major deductions. Tax is 78%, so 780. Dividend अभी छोड़ दो नहीं. Registered valuer का पेन. First you write the answer, then you explain it in one line. 5,04,000 just now I showed you. IPTA के case में it is nil because 30% 210 तो पूरा ही allowed है. And last one is same. Dividend declared है, so related to that it is allowed. Yeah, if it is specified foreign company, it's not CDT, it's specified foreign company where more than 26% shares are with us, then dividend is taxable at 15% with surcharge 12% and ESS is 4%. Okay, so just respond to one thing before we close. Do you need more practice of MCQs or not with me, or you are willing to do on your own all the backside questions and then ask your doubts? And more case laws we can discuss from the backside of your material also. We will do that. Okay, in the next week. That's what. And that's it. What else you want? Paper pattern? Yeah, one mock test करेंगे, but थोड़ा बाद में. Still time is there for exam. Start preparing thoroughly. It's very easy. एक बार करके finish करो. You are just not even exactly 6 months. 2 months for the exam and 2 months for the result. 4 months away for the degree. और final में आके no one would give up. So don't give up for anything. कहीं भी कोई भी blockage है, कोई doubt है, you're not able to study anything, any hindrances, kuch bhi hai, so just message us. Definitely, whatever best I can do, I will help you out. Okay, right? And more practice for MCQs for the case laws that should come from your side now. What do you need? Okay. Did you feel or not MCQs were so very easy? Of course, you may not be able to recollect, so it's absolutely okay. When you're doing MCQ on your own, additional depreciation क्या provision था भूल गए तो refer no the book, your act, your intermaterial is there, laptop या जहाँ पढ़ रहे हो, so you can just open up and refer. So you will collect कि plant and machinery पे ही था additional. So if you refer and do know, that will be like a super value addition knowledge. Clear? Next time you will not forget them. More practice of MCQs needed. Is it what you want to say? Sure, we'll take it up next week. How about the case laws? Do the case laws of the study material in the meanwhile, right? Okay, thank you so much for the wonderful response. Right. Bye-bye all of you.